Hello everyone, I'm Chris Kapches, the president of Chestnut Real Estate, and this is your September market report. Interestingly enough, over the last few months, probably going back to the early spring, I've been talking about the market being beautifully boring. And what I meant by that was that it was beautifully boring because we had year-over-year increases in sales, and we had year-over-year increases in average sale prices, with average sale prices going up about 3% on average, which is consistent with wage growth. Well, unfortunately in September, our market went from beautifully boring to a little bit disconcerting. And the reason for that is we saw a fairly substantial jump in the number of sales that took place as compared to September of last year, about a 22% increase. But more concerning for me, and I think for the marketplace, is the fact that our price point, the average sale price, went up by almost 6%, and that's for the entire GTA. It went up to almost 850,000 for the entire GTA. That includes all condominium apartment sales. But more concerning than that is the 416, in other words, the City of Toronto. The average sale price for the City of Toronto came in at $917,000. That's the average sale price for all housing types in the 416. The problem with that number is affordability, and even more importantly, sustainability. We cannot have increases at that level. At $917,000, we're starting to approach the highs that we saw in April of 2017, when the then Liberal government brought in measures to engineer the marketplace to try and slow it down, which it did, but unfortunately didn't slow it down for long, because here we are 2 years later, almost in the same position that we were in. So one of the things that's concerning about going forward is any further government measures. And because we're in the midst of an election, we're starting to see parties trying to, in my opinion, kind of bribe the electorate with their own money, and that they're offering, particularly as it relates to housing, various measures that they feel would make housing more affordable. Unfortunately, those measures only make housing more affordable momentarily, because if housing is suddenly more affordable, then more people get into the marketplace, and as more people get into the marketplace, they drive prices even higher. And so the goal that you had, which was to achieve affordability, is defeated by the exact measures that you've implemented. And to speak about a couple of those, one of them would be lowering the stress testing threshold, and secondly would be amortization rates, extending them longer. Those things I believe we should avoid so as to keep the marketplace stable. What will happen if we do that is that, yes, there'll still be pressure because of the number of immigrants making their way into the Greater Toronto Area and into the 416, but that should stimulate all levels of government to do what they can to get more housing built, so that in fact these stresses that we're experiencing are diminished. So I've given all the details related to the market on our blog. I would highly recommend that you go to our blog, the Chestnut Park blog, and you can get the details as to price points and areas that are doing differently or better than others. But overall, the marketplace is very strong, the strongest that it has been in over 2 years. I am concerned as to where it's going, as I've already expressed. And a month from now, we'll be talking about the October results. And I'm hoping that October results are such that the average sale price has only gone up by about 3% and not the 6% that we saw in this particular report, and that the sales have exceeded last year's sales but haven't got completely out of control. So until the October report, I'm wishing you all the best.